the Jurassic Park franchise has 6 movies and a TV show. Oh, what? You didn't know there was a TV show? Well, there is. It's animated and it's on Netflix. And it's fun. I enjoyed it. It's mostly for kids, because it follows 6 kids while they're trapped on Jurassic Park Islands for 6 months. And, spoiler alert, none of them die. It's a kid show, so people can't die. Well, except for... let me just look at the Wikipedia, and... Wait, what? Why is this list so long? This is a children's show! Wait, hang on. How did the children survive dinosaurs? Watch the intro sequence while I do some research. Okay, I figured it all out. You can all stop panicking. Hello, you beautiful set of magnificent strangers. I'm Telepathic Moose, reading for Disturbed Lore. Let me put it this way. I thought this video was going to be about children and dinos, but after rewatching everything, it goes deep. And I think I can answer the biggest plot hole of the Jurassic Park universe.
You have no idea what she is. What do you think drove Hammond and Lockwood apart? Huh? He made her again.
Benjamin Lockwood made a clone of his daughter, Maisie. And, in doing so, Hammond and Lockwood had a falling out. Where's the massive plot hole? Hammond died in 1998. Maisie was born in 2008. How is it possible for Hammond to be mad about a clone that wouldn't exist until 10 years after he died? Let's start from the beginning of my journey. In total, 104 people died in all of Jurassic Park. Guess how many were children? 0. How is it that 104 adults have died, but children have a 100% chance of living an encounter with a human-eating dinosaur? And not just that, the adults aren't normal adults. Many of them are trained soldiers, professional dinosaur experts, and even a
blood-sucking lawyer.
They're the exact type of people that would know how to survive. But many of them do not. You might be saying that, well, the children are never in danger, or they're just lucky. Yeah, I should probably factor in the amount of time on the island or actual dangerous situations people are involved in, right? Let's talk about that. Jurassic Park 3 has a child survive on Isla Sorna alone, while all of his original adult companions die.
Rick, I have to tell you, I'm astonished that you've lasted 8 weeks on this island.
Is that all it's been?
Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous has 6 kids surviving 5 seasons.
If I had a nickel for every time
a child survived on a dinosaur island, I'd have 7
nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened
7 times.
Whereas many adults don't survive their movies cold open. Several times, dinosaurs are seen smelling someone and then choosing not to attack. The Indominus Rex smells Owen Grady after he's covered himself in gasoline and decides to eat someone else. This same pattern is seen several other times, except it's just normal children. And one thing to point out is that this smell and walk away happens with Franklin Webb. It's made crystal clear that sweat is running down Franklin's face. No gasoline, just the smell of Franklin. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdoms, we don't know Franklin's age. However, the actor who played Franklin, Justice Smith, was 23 at the time of filming, which would make him the oldest person to survive through this smelling situation. Anyone younger than Franklin is safe. But if you're still not convinced, there's one more piece of evidence that's undeniable. Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous introduced us to an alpha predator of a dinosaur called the Scorpius rex. Most of the dinos kill for survival reasons. It's established that the Scorpius rex dinosaurs kill for the sake of killing. Maybe even just for the fun of it. However, in Season 3, Episode 5, all 6 kids are trapped in a small area with the Scorpius rex, the murder hobo of dinosaurs, and none of the kids die. None. There's a moment where the dino corners the kids and is ready to attack, but doesn't because a tree is randomly lit on fire. Less than a minute later, this pattern happens again. The kids are cornered, the dino is distracted, this time by the rules of far-off dinosaurs, and then leaves.
It's weird that it happened twice, right?
Wait, I think I used that meme already. Wow, if I had
a nickel for every time...
Stop! joke isn't funny anymore. Where was I? Oh, right. The children of Jurassic Park are all safe. But now that leaves me with a huge question. How did that happen? The dinosaurs are genetically programmed to find children unappetizing. So who did that? Well, the obvious answer is Jurassic Park's chief geneticist, Dr. Henry Wu. However, there's two major problems and one minor problem with Dr. Wu giving the dinos a child-friendly biology. The minor problem is that I don't think he has any motive to. His ethics in the franchise are minimal. In Jurassic World, his goal is to sell dinosaurs to the military as weapons. And in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, his goals are more in line with making perfect killing machines. At least in Jurassic World Dominion, he realizes that the extinction of humanity would be a bad thing.
I could fix a terrible mistake that I've made.
But even to that point, he doesn't seem to care that much until the problem is already happening. I think Ian Malcolm says it best.
Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
The two major problems are that he's not old enough and that he's not competent enough to have done it. In Jurassic World Dominion, there's footage of a dinosaur with the tape being labelled May 2nd, 1986. B.D. Wong, the actor who plays Dr. Wu, was born in October of 1960. Assuming the actor and character are the same age, that would put Dr. Wu at the age of 25 in 1986 with a living dinosaur. For the record, the average age people complete their doctorates is 26, and then graduation is in May. So, in order for Dr. Wu to have created the dino in the 1986 footage, he would have had to have graduated a year early, been hired by Hammond that day, and then genetically engineered a dinosaur that same day so it could be in a video on May 2nd. I mean, maybe if he was the smartest geneticist ever, this would make sense. But he's clearly not. He's smart, but he also gets things wrong a lot. In fact, competency seems to be a big issue in the Jurassic Park universe. John Hammond? Nope. He's the type that spared every expense while building a human-eating dinosaur park. Simon Masserani. He had no idea what's going on with anything in his park. Just blindly signed work orders and let the mad scientist Henry Wu build the Indominus Rex behind his back. Benjamin Lockwood. An entire black market auction was happening in his house without his knowledge. As far as I can tell, the smartest person in the Jurassic Park universe is actually Charlotte Lockwood, Benjamin Lockwood's daughter and Maisie's clone mother. Mother clone. Maisie is Charlotte's clone. Charlotte understood cloning. She died due to a genetic disorder, but before falling victim to it, she was able to understand it so deeply that she was able to save her genetic clone Maisie from dying the same way. She would definitely be smart enough to figure out the genetic programming needed to keep the dinosaurs from eating children. But I'm sure most of you watching are screaming at the video that one problem with Charlotte being the brains behind everything. In 1986, Charlotte wasn't a doctor, let alone an adult. She was the young teen on the 1986 video footage. So, we're looking for someone who's smarter than everyone else, cares about children, and was alive and active in genetics in the late 70s, early 80s. That would be Charlotte! Ugh, she fits! She cares about children, she's smarter than everyone, except she was too busy growing up in a dinosaur cloning facility. Why did they let a child just wander around a cloning facility? Wouldn't they only let employees and assets into a cloning facility? Unless Charlotte was an asset. Charlotte was a clone too. Benjamin Lockwood's wife is never mentioned. She's not at the Lockwood estate, suggesting she's either deceased or divorced Benjamin. And unfortunately, if Charlotte was also a genetic clone of her own mother, just like Maisie, that would mean this unnamed Lockwood would have died of her genetic disorder. Without genetic technology of the early 2000s, she wasn't able to save Charlotte from repeating the same fate. She couldn't save Charlotte, so she did the next best thing and altered the monsters she gave Hammond, making the dinosaurs unable to eat children. So this brings us all the way back to the biggest plot hole.
We learned. Unfortunately, in the end, it drove us apart.
They had a falling out. It was over a clone. It obviously wasn't over Maisie because it was over Charlotte. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this theory, I would really appreciate it if you check out my other videos. This is still a tiny channel, and I don't have the resources other channels have to produce a video every week. So when I do have one come out, it helps me more than you could know to check out the other videos. But Until next time, don't let the law disturb you.